If you feel like you're struggling with social media, you're just not sure how to show up, and it creates a lot of fear, anxiety, and self-doubt, this is going to be the training for you. My name is Heather Quisel. I help entrepreneurs like you, that's coaches, leaders, business owners, and executives get the mental clarity needed to show up, do the work, and get real results in their life. And also the facilitator here at High Impact, High Income. I want to welcome all of you. We are growing like crazy. And if we haven't met yet, if I haven't been able to interact with you, I'm super glad that you're here and hope to add value and some applicable skill sets and mindsets to take into your business and into your life today. Social media is one of those things that I love talking about because I've had such great success with social media. I started in business in late 2010 in a network marketing company. I had never been on social media up until that time. I never had MySpace back in the day. I certainly had never been on Facebook. I think I still had a flip phone. And so I think coming from that space and entering business and social media at the same time gives me a unique perspective and on how to help you grow a following, gain influence, get known in a social media space. So this topic today is going to lend into topics and trainings that I've done on marketing, on using your voice, on showing up in general. So you're going to find a little bit of bleed over in that. But let's get into social media and how to show up in that space. I am wildly aware at how scary and frightful and unnerving it can be to show up on social media. So many, and I am really guilty of this, have this vision that like when you post to social media, the whole world sees it. Like, is this you? Just this fear that like everybody on the planet is going to see it. And we all know that isn't true. And one of my favorite lines comes from a book by Brené Brown. You guys have probably already heard this. And I think it's from the book, Daring Greatly. And she talks about showing up in the arena. And if you can imagine, let's say social media is the arena. But if you think of like, let's say a basketball arena or a football arena, or just you're on stage in an arena, there are seats all the way around and people have paid for those seats and they've paid to watch you show up in that arena. And some people have paid because they support you. Some have paid because they're wildly inspired by you. Some have paid because they are just waiting to see you fail, girl. And we have to understand we don't control who sits in the seats and what their intention is. But as leaders, influencers, entrepreneurs, change makers, people like you with voices, we have chosen to show up in that arena. We have chosen to allow people to watch us both succeed and fail. And there is great power in that. You're choosing to play the game. And most people are too scared, too afraid. They'd rather buy a ticket and criticize. But at least you're playing. So I want you to remember that you are continuing to show up each and every day. You're showing other people what it means to put yourself out there. Be willing to be seen. And in so doing, we're doing it because we know, you know, that being seen in your arena is influencing and positively impacting the people that paid to show up in the seats to watch. Yes? So good, bad, or ugly, you are serving your audience being in the arena, both through your successes and your failures. So with that, social media, showing up. Whether you are just afraid to post or afraid to go live, which it's a scary thing going live. You can't cover up any mistakes in that space, right? I find that when social media is a struggle in general, it is a problem with your voice. And what I mean by that is, remember, there are three things that your audience is constantly asking. Who are you? What do you do? And why should I care? And your voice, meaning the messaging and how you're marketing and what you're saying and the content that you're creating, this is your voice. And it's attractive to people, or it's not yet. because it's still in the design phase. It's still in the formulation phase. You're still in the arena figuring this out. And social media provides a great playground for figuring it out. And I'm so grateful for my followers and friends over the last 10 years, because I started using social media with no clue what I was doing. I didn't know my voice. I didn't know how I wanted to show up. I didn't know how I wanted to inspire people. I didn't know what I wanted to be known for, but I just kept posting. What's funny is today I pulled up my memories and I realized that the very first post I ever did on Facebook, I did today, 10 years ago. And it was lame. It was dumb. Everything I posted that day was dumb. I'll have to pull it and show it to you. But guys, that too is how you start a business. You start it lame and sort of naive and not knowing what you're doing. That's okay. Stay in the arena. Keep doing it. We formulate in the do. I was just on a small group coaching call with my clients, and we talked about this very thing. We can't just sit here and I gotta figure out my social media. I gotta figure out my voice. I'm just not sure how to add value. Nothing ever happens. Success doesn't come from planning. It doesn't come from sitting here thinking about it. It comes in the doing. So it doesn't matter really what you post today. Post something out there, share something, and then reassess. Was it heard? Was it valuable? Did you get feedback from it? Good, bad, or otherwise? Even bad feedback is helpful, right? Just stay in the arena. Continue to show up. Continue to do the scary things. The thing about your voice, who you are, what you do, why other people should care, it's always in fluctuation, okay? It's always in fluctuation. And I know this for sure in myself. As many of you know, over a year ago, I lost my late husband, Larry. And up until then, I was super comfortable on social media. I was sure of my voice. I was sure of my place in the world. I knew what I was doing in business. Doing live video was super easy for me. Heck, I was doing it 5 mornings a week at 9 a.m. And in the last year since that, I have continued to show up, but guys, behind the scenes, I am not sure. I am not confident. I am not solid. I am continuing to find out who I am now in this space in which he doesn't live. And of course that translates into my business, right? Everything in your personal life translates into your business. And so what I'm telling you is it's okay to not be sure. It's okay to be uncomfortable. It's okay to fumble around. That's what entrepreneurs do. They constantly fumble. They constantly fumble around because we try something, we assess it, and then we get back at it with the lessons we've learned. What worked, what didn't, we go and try it again, okay? So your voice is the issue, not social media. Your voice is the issue, not even your audience. Your voice is the issue, not your engagement. It's that you haven't gotten clear yet. So when you can sit with and answer, who are you? What do you do? And why should your audience care? That clarity will bring more confidence to how you show up on social media, okay? Those 3 questions you will constantly hear me throwing back at you. And it's okay if they change day by day in the beginning. It's okay if they change year by year. You're a changing, growing human. And again, you're not an employee. You're an entrepreneur. Entrepreneurs are constantly changing, adjusting, moving, but stay in the arena. Stay there. Allow yourself to do the fumbling around. You are teaching more people in your fumbling than you are in your success. And I know that for sure.